My name is Petra, and for my presentation, I will briefly discuss what blockchain technology is, how it's implemented, and why it's so important to know about today, especially as it relates to heavily talked about topics such as cryptocurrency. So, the blockchain is basically a public ledger that is made up of blocks or transactions, and it can be thought of as a database where new information or transactions are stored in blocks that are linked to form the blockchain. And blockchain is public, so anyone with an internet connection can view transactions that have been made and also validate transactions. And everyone can access the blockchain, but no one can alter it, which is what makes it safe. And the blockchain technology is essentially the newest way to share, validate, or even endorse anything with value, such as money. So, since the blockchain is public, there's no need for a central authority, such as a bank, to verify transactions. So, decentralization is the key concept in blockchain technology. So, basically, blockchain is an open, decentralized database, public ledger that records transactions, and all of these transactions are verified by a peer-to-peer network, and it is secure, so there's no need for a trusted central authority because transactions are verified before they're added to the blockchain, and this overall makes the system trustworthy. So where is the blockchain? Blockchain can be thought of as a Google Doc that is shared with everyone, so everyone can edit and we can see changes as they are being made. Also, conflicts are avoided since the Google Doc is updated in real time. And the blockchain works similarly. And it's not stored in a single location, but it is public, and everyone has access to the public ledger that lists all transactions made on the blockchain. And this may sound unsafe, but it makes transactions more verifiable, and also no centralized version exists for a hacker or organization to corrupt the blockchain since the system is decentralized. So as you can see in the diagram to the right, the centralized network has a single point of attack, but the decentralized network doesn't, which makes it safer. So since it is hosted by millions of computers simultaneously, it makes it less vulnerable to attack. And the data is accessible and hard to alter, which is what makes the blockchain a great tool for transparency in any type of transaction environment. And also in the diagram to the left, to the left, you can see an example of how Bitcoin transactions are stored on the blockchain. So basically, users represent nodes in the millions of computers that host the blockchain, and users validate transactions and post them on the blockchain for everyone to see. Also, any computer that connects to the Bitcoin network is called a node, and many nodes are necessary to ensure security and trust within the system, and it is necessary that transactions are verified before even placing it on the blockchain. So for the system to be trustworthy and to work properly, many nodes are necessary. So how does the blockchain work? So the main concept that helps ensure that blockchain does not fail is cryptography. Cryptography is used in blockchain to ensure that blocks are added and cannot be altered after being added. So there's a system called mining or verification that requires that members verify transactions by solving a complex math problem to ensure the validity of the transactions and then add it to the blockchain. So for example, when someone decides to send money to a friend, the transaction is represented as a block, and this block is made accessible to everyone in the network. And the network of computers validate the transaction, and they also identify who the user is by using certain algorithms. Then once the transaction and the user is verified, the block can then be added to the blockchain for everyone to see that the transaction went through. So once the block is added to the blockchain, the money is then finally transferred to the recipient. And also, a transaction does not have to be Bitcoin or a cryptocurrency in general, but can be a contract, record, or even other important information that can be verified. So this system is based on trust, mainly, and through methods such as cryptography and mining, the transactions are proved to be lawful and accurate. And once again, this ledger is not stored in a single place, so everyone can see the transaction once it is processed. So the world was introduced to blockchain in 2008 when the first blockchain was created by a person or group by the name of Satoshi Nakamoto. And the first blockchain made was implemented for Bitcoin, and its success led to the realization that technology that operates Bitcoin could be separated from the currency and used to verify other types of transactions or even contracts or anything else that can be verified. So, blockchain today is extremely popular, and almost every financial institution today in the world is doing blockchain research at the moment to understand how this will change the financial system in the future. Banks can be thought of as central authorities that verify transactions, very similar to miners and blockchain technologies. So the fact that we can make transactions online without going through banks or other third parties could essentially turn the financial market and system upside down in the future, which is definitely a revolutionary concept that could be possible through blockchain technology. So basically, anyone who has an internet connection can access a public ledger online and send money, receive money, and verify transactions. And this makes the system open and free. And also, by allowing digital information to be distributed in this way, makes blockchain not just a ledger, but a new intranet, which is also another revolutionary concept. So the future of blockchain is definitely happening right now. And as I described earlier, blockchain can be used for more than just sending money and receiving money online. You can record events, medical records, and other verifiable information depending on what industry we're talking about. Also, the fact that we don't need third parties to verify transactions makes blockchain free and honest. So as an example of how blockchain can be used in the future is it can be used to maybe possibly reduce voter fraud. So when people cast their votes during important elections, they don't have to wonder if their vote was actually counted because they will be able to see their vote as a block in the blockchain in the public ledger. And their identity and party affiliation will be hidden through cryptography, so voters will feel that their personal information is safe. And also the system could prevent foreign governments from interfering in elections and all that other stuff. And also it could verify vote count, which is obviously extremely important in elections. So overall, there are a lot of different implementations of blockchain, but overall, blockchain will continue to be applied to all industries in some way or another. And Bitcoin was just the start, and it was created in 2008, so 10 years ago. And it is still thriving with little to no disruption internally. And if any errors do happen, it is usually from human error, not because the blockchain system is unstable. And also, there are many other scenarios that can be made possible in the future through blockchain, such as immigrants can send money to their home countries more easily without paying large fees, and also financial fraud and counterfeit money could be reduced, possibly. And overall, I think this is amazing, and blockchain is, I believe, going to be a great thing, and it's going to do a lot more good than bad in the future, and it will be interesting to see how it plays out. And that's it. Thank you.